Right.
All right, right. Well, getting married, I borrowed Jean Tolliday's wedding dress because it was 1948 and things were a bit tight. And going into church with my father, they said, "Now just remember, you've made your bed, you lie on it."
Yeah.
And I thought, well, how nice.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank you for those good wishes. That's all
Yeah.
I remember quite.
And I remember that day as well, because I got a blazer from school and I wore that. And the reception was in Lewis's.
Paulding's in All Saints.
And
yes.
I remember because Ray, Doug's brother, came round and he gave me his dessert, which was cream.
Right.
He
Cream.
got
We didn't have cream, did we?
No, and he gave me his. I always remember him for that.
Right.
Yeah, nice chap. I liked him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But by then, all the problems were really over, weren't they? The war was
1948.
finished,
That's right.
and
yes.
and then of course there's the situation that happened that we wouldn't be here today if it had been different with the bomb going.
Oh yes, yeah, a very close call that, wasn't it?
Yes, the bomb landed in the school, which is about 100 yards from us, and fortunately it didn't go off. But it was a blockbuster.
Yes.
And we evacuated from the shelter.
That's right.
And
yes. Running through the streets with the bombs falling down, incendiaries, weren't they?
Incendiaries, certainly.
Yeah.
And there were blinding lights when they landed on the little parachutes.
Yeah.
They came down the little
That's
parachute.
right. Banging on the pavements and
That's
then
right.
setting a light.
And our ARP wardens putting them out with sand.
Yes. Air raid precaution wardens, that's ARP.
Was it? I couldn't remember what the P was.
Precautions.
Right. And then running to Grandma's because her shelter was under
school.
Mulberry Street School.
Yes, in the basement.
That's right. And it was 22nd of December, so it's nearing Christmas. And all the things we owned dear to us were in the house.
Yeah.
We were about 5 days, I think.
Oh yeah, yes. And we went to see the list of all the people who'd been killed or who died, for a few days later. And we had to get water, didn't we? Standpipes to get water. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
And it wasn't a nice time, but
well, you get through it, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, had to do. And we always had to walk to school.
Oh, good gracious, yes.
Which is about a mile.
A mile, yes.
At least a mile.
And there's a policeman to see us across the road, wasn't there? Yes.
Stretford Road.
Yeah. And then the coal man, Grandma had a ton of coal delivered. And we used to have to sit on the coal cart for our ton of coal.
Well, it was in bags, wasn't it?
In bags, yes.
Hessian bags.
Hessian bags. And in front of the house were coal grids. So I lifted those up and the coal went down to the coal.
That's right.
The coal
yeah. Which just reminded me, in the street by the side of the pub, there used to be family fights. I remember this Mrs. Shaughnessy was going to hit, I can't remember her name now, but she was in the back of the house screaming insults at Mrs. Shaughnessy. This lady's husband was standing in the doorway to stop her getting in at her, and Mrs. Shaughnessy picked up the grid and threw it at her down the hallway. It was a nice neighbourhood. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was good time. Well, good time, but memorable times. Yeah. And Pat was in the. No, she wasn't in, but she was a warden of some.
Oh, is she ARP warden?
Yeah, she had a tin hat on, didn't she?
Fire watching.
In fact, when we ran out of the shelter, that I was left behind, and Pat was sent back to get me, and we were running down the street as well with all
The sentries going on.
everything going round.
Mhm.
And she got told off on my mum for leaving me there. She wasn't really responsible for me, was she?
Not really, no. And we could tell by the sound of the engines that they were the German engines.
What type of plane they were?
What type of planes? Yeah, we could, couldn't we?
Everybody could, yes.
Yeah, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the searchlights lit up.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
All
The
over.
sky was.
Yeah.
You could see the bombers.
Yes.
Yeah, but had that bomb gone off, we wouldn't have been here.
Oh no, no. I remember Mary Jones. She lived in Lee, but the front of their house fell out. You know, the bomb had got and she was in bed, hanging out of the bed, and they said, "Don't be afraid, we're coming to get you." So they got some ladders to get up to her bedroom to get her out of the bed.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the house sort of collapsed. So Mary had it rough in Lee, but we had it a few nights, didn't we?
Well, we lost the
church. It was Liverpool and Manchester at the time, wasn't it?
And Thomas Street got a few missing there.
Yes.
The end of our road got the coal
yard.
Coal yard got hit, didn't it?
Yeah.
That
That was 3 doors away. The coal yard got hit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we used to get coal. Well, we had ours delivered, but there was a coal yard 3 doors away from us at the end of our row, and they used to have, well, a bit smaller than this, about there, that people used to go and get the coal delivered in that, and then walk it home, put it down their grids.
And then the coal delivery guys that brought the coal, they had this big thing on the back, metal thing, that were able to carry the coal on,
and then
put it down the grid, and put the bag down. We had to
count the bags.
We had to count the bags to make sure that we hadn't been shortchanged.